Hello friends. Today we're learning how to make a even good game. In Scratch it looks more better than the last one that we did, and it's called a fish game. Because there are fishes and there are sharks. So that's what the game is called. So first let's rename the game. The name, let's rename it to instead of Scratch Project, you can type it Fish Game. So here we typed Fish Game. Now we don't need this sprite. So click that and go to Sprite Library. First let's get a shark. Not AS, it's a shark. So there are different types of shark. I don't want this because we need a mouth opened shark. And we also need a fish. The fish, it should be small enough. So I'm gonna type fish. What if I type like this? Yep, it came. So this is a fish board, jellyfish. We also need pufferfish. So it's so this is the fish we have. So look at the costume. We have a lot of costumes. And also, I'm gonna tell you more about the game. So in this game, we're gonna learn how to clone because you want different fishes. Instead of 50, 100, let's put 49. Maybe 50 looks best. It looks more bigger. Let's put this to 65. 64. Yeah, 64. So now, look, and even this guy has costumes. And let's get the, so now let's code the shark. We need a backdrop actually first. Before we code the shark. So go to underwater because we have an underwater backdrop. You can choose this one or this one. I'm going to choose this one. Here we got the backdrop. Now let's click on shark. Yeah, it should be shark too. Let's rename it later. So go to events, take one green flag clicked. You can make it bigger so you can see it better. Now we had to go to control, take a forever loop, then the forever loop does the same thing all over again. So this is almost similar to this. Right, we're not going to talk about that. So we have to take a if then block, kind of like similar to the clever mouse game we did. It's almost the same way we do it. So go to operators, take a greater than operator, put that there, go to sense, take a distance to mouse pointer. So if you see, you have a fish. Because we just added a sprite. So how many sprites there are, there will be mouse pointer and how many sprites you have. Not the sprite you're coding in. So distance to mouse pointer is greater than 5 steps. Then you can move towards this mouse pointer 6 steps. Let's set that. Instead of 10, let's put 6. But it won't work like I said. We need to point towards first. Before we do that, we don't need fish. So C, it's C. Goes E, it goes fast. Now, we want the fish to move. Well, first of all, we need to put the clone there. I mean, not the clone, but the original one right there. Okay? It has to move at least. We don't need this move. So it's gonna go to events, take one click, go to look, we need to hide this guy, hide it. Oh, first we need to show this. It will be showed. It will be showed. Yeah, it will be. So I'm gonna do that. Show this. Yep. So we just need to show it. Let's go to a fish now. We need to hide this fish. Yep. But we need to make after the clones are made, we need to wait 0.1 or 0.2 seconds, and then it has to shrunk. So first it has to forever go to control, take a forever loop, so all the clone things are basically in control too. So here we got to delete this clone block and when I start as a clone. Because clones really don't listen to this. You have to listen to this command when you start as a clone. So I'm going to make this bigger so you can see it better again. Now we can, so every second, so every 0.3 seconds, it's gonna go to next costume. It's gonna make it has to go to the next costume. So you're gonna do a next costume block. Okay? So, and then you can go to when I start as a clone. When I start as a clone. Now, we need to hide it first. But yes, it will be already hidden, but I want to know that if it's hidden or showed. So let's go to control, take a wait second. So we have to wait some seconds. So we're going to know how many seconds. It's going to pick a random 0.1 second or 0.2 seconds before it's going to show up. So yeah, that's what we do that. Now we got almost the whole thing done. So almost it's gonna yeah. I wanted to make it sharp. So before that we need to make the fish move. For that we need to go to control, take a forever loop, put that there. We need to go to looks and go to motion. We can turn it up. So if we put, so we need this turn decrease. So we can go to the operators, take a pick random block. So it's gonna pick a random minus 10 to 10 steps. 10. It's gonna move like it's gonna do that. It's gonna go clockwise. And then it's gonna move at least 2 steps. 2 steps because it's small, right? And at least we don't want to make it too small. We can put 2.7 steps, so it's gonna be almost 3 steps. And if on edge bounce. So where is that block? We don't have to make it because it's in motion. And here, if you see, it's gonna do that. See? Then it's gonna move. But if but the shark is not doing anything. For that, we need to go to the if then block. We need to go to control, take a if then block. And then we need to go to sensing, take a touching block. So the computer knows if touching another sprite, it's gonna do something. So if touching shark 2, actually let's change this. This is the place where we wanted to rename it. So now it's a shark. Now, yep. So if touching shark, then it's gonna first hide. Then it's gonna wait at least 0.1 second, and it's gonna delete the clone. Delete the clone. 0. So we need to first make a variable first. So it's gonna do. So our variable now. So our variable is what it can come like that. So it's gonna track of something. So our variable is called score. So here, type score. For all sprites only. If you put for the sprite only, it's gonna only be only for the fish. That will be for all sprites only, so the shark can use. And the other sprite we have another sprite. So you can also hide the variable. I'm gonna put that there. Now, so now we can first 0 0.1 second, it's gonna delete the clone. Then it's gonna have to delete this clone. First, we need to set. First we have to set the variable to at least 0. So every time, if the shark has 1 score, then if we click the green flag again, then it will be 0 still if it's still 1. So we have to change the score every time. So after you hide it, it's gonna change the score by 1. Yep. So it's gonna wait actually 0.3 seconds. So it's a little slow. Then it's gonna delete this clone. To make this, so it has to do something. So we have to make a broadcast. So actually we don't need this. It's just a yeah. Oh, actually we need it. So instead we can just delete this clone for just 1 second. We can just delete the clone. So before it's gonna broadcast. Like I said in the last video, broadcast is just secret message. It's just a secret message. For this message, we need to do shark touching fish. So put shark touching fish. Where is F? Where's F-I-S-H? So shark touching fish. Click enter or click OK. I'm going to click enter. So it says shark touching fish. So you need to do something when the thing happens. So when I receive shark touching fish, then it's gonna take a repeat. Let's take a repeat. It's kind of like a forever loop, but it can only do that thing only for a certain time, only for certain times. If we only do it for 1 time, we don't need a loop. So if we want to do it 2 times, we will need a repeat loop. So instead, let's put 3. It has to repeat 3 times every time. If it receives when I receive shark touching fish. So first we go to look. So switch costume to shark touching B, no shark 2B. Still we don't need to rename it. This is just too much work. Then we can just go to control, take a wait block, take 0.1 second. Then it's gonna change it to B. I mean, it's gonna then after 0.1 second, it's gonna change color effect by 25. So now, after that, we need to clear the graphic effects. So now, it's gonna see. So we want to make it have a sound. I need to make this more. So we have some sound. Then for 45. So now we can get a. Now every time it's gonna touch, we need some sound. So go to sounds. So for that, let's take a pop sound. So type POP, pop. You can choose this one or choose this one. See? It's really fast. It's gonna that sound pop. So it seems so easy. It seems so easy for the shark. So we want it to be super easy for the shark. So let's choose another sprite called pufferfish. Like I said, pufferfish. No, that's not good. Puff. Cheesy puffs. I don't want that. I need this pufferfish. This cartoon pufferfish. So you need to resize this to at least 67. So it won't be too small and too big. So we can just duplicate this. So wait, duplicate. So we don't need this, and this. So well, first of all, we need to make this virus pufferfish. Pufferfish, right? Virus. Pufferfish virus. So it's kind of like a. So when this guy so this pufferfish introduces this, it's gonna turn like a monster. Like I'm gonna tell you. It's gonna turn like this I'm gonna tell you. It's gonna turn like a virus. It doesn't have any. Oops. Yeah. So we don't need the eyes or something, and we don't need this. So it's gonna turn like a virus. It has to turn like a virus. But this one is just a normal pufferfish. Oh no, like the normal pufferfish with a smiley face on it. This looks angry, definitely. Look, it's just as humongous. This looks like a sick one. For this, we can just. So let's go to backdrops. So we can do this. So you can duplicate. We don't need this backdrop, just plain white backdrop. So let's call this game over. So when the shark touches, the fish, the pufferfish, it's gonna say that the game is over. I'm gonna make this kind of light bluish. Yeah, this color. So if you want to get another color, you can. Feel free. I can use this marker thingy, and I can type game over. So I'm gonna put some exclamation marks. Can backspace them. So now we have this much space. So now let's have some. Yeah. So we can see it here. So let's make it a bit bigger so we can see it. So first you have to switch backdrop. We didn't even do this yet. So when we conflict, we had to switch backdrop to game over. Instead we had to put underwater 2. We can rename it to underwater because we're not using 2, the 1, so we can just call it underwater. Now we have to make it swim. Okay. For this, we can first go to motion. Control. Take a forever loop. So if it has to move at least 3.7 steps, which would be fast enough. It's gonna point towards. It's gonna point in direction. It's gonna point in direction 45. So it's gonna wait. We need to make it at least just 40. This is still high. 50. Yep. So if on edge bounce. So we had to first point in direction here, I think. Can I do that? Why is it not working? So every time if this has to move with it has to appear in random positions. I can do it differently. So go to random position. So this thing is if touching shark, then first switch costume to pufferfish a virus. To virus enough to kill a person. Virus. It's gonna switch costume to virus. So now and it's gonna stop off. It's gonna switch. Then it's gonna switch after some seconds. How about How about 0.7 seconds? It's gonna switch backdrop to game over. Then it's gonna wait some seconds. 5 seconds. 0.4 seconds. 0.4 seconds is gonna stop. So let's stop. It's here. It's gonna appear in random positions. Yep. So now it's really hard. So and also you just set the variable to first 0. Variable first to 0. Set variable to 0 first. And also everything has to switch costume. Every 0.1 second after it switches costume 0.2 seconds before. So first it becomes perfect fish. Then it's gonna become after with 0.2 seconds it's gonna switch back up to so it's gonna so it's working. Now it's hard for the shark to do this game. So the game is over. Still, you just learned how to do most of the. You learned to do the thingy. Actually basically learn how to do cloning in Scratch. So that's for all the videos for this. The fish game is done. And this is a great game for you to learn cloning. This is actually this in my YouTube channel. This is the first video of cloning, but I already learned how to cloning. So like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And thank you for watching. See you guys later. Bye.